Hello, Hardy, 4th grade. Miss Prince here. Today for our science lesson, we are talking about fossils. So I want you to find the fossils passage in your work packet at home. All right, now that you have your fossils packet in front of you, we are going to look at the passage Fantastic Fossils. Our directions tell us to read this passage and answer the comprehension questions. That means how well you understand the content. How do scientists know that dinosaurs once roamed the earth? How do they know that a Tyrannosaurus rex had such sharp teeth and was one of the largest meat-eating dinosaurs that ever lived? How do paleontologists know that certain deserts used to be bodies of water with lots of trees and other vegetation? To answer these questions is simple. Fossils. Fossils tell unique stories. They show us if an animal had wings or fins. Fossils can tell us how long ago an organism lived based on how deep it is buried in the Earth's crust. If fossils did not exist, then we would not know about the plants and animals that came before us. If fossils are so fantastic, then why are they not all around us? Not every plant or animal that dies becomes a fossil. It takes very special conditions for the creation of a fossil to take place. There are 4 main types of fossils that can be found: a cast, mold, trace, and body fossil. Again, those 4 are cast, mold, trace, and body fossils. All of these types of fossils are formed in their own single way and tell a different story about the past. Mold fossils are formed when an organism, such as a plant or animal, dies and is buried under layers and layers of sediment. Over time, the sediment hardens, turning to rock around the hard parts of the organism. In time, water seeps into the rock and breaks down the leftover hard parts of the organism, leaving an imprint of the plant or animal in the rock. Cast fossils are a mold fossil's partner in crime. A cast fossil would not exist without a mold fossil. Once a mold fossil forms, it can fill with different minerals and mud. Over time, this mineral mixture hardens and becomes a cast fossil. The cast fossil takes the shape of the once living organism. Another type of fossil is the trace fossil. A trace fossil is not the preserved remains of an animal, but clues that an animal leaves behind. Think like you're a detective. Trace fossils are a fossil of the animal's footprints, burrows, or tracks left behind. Trace fossils show us the animal's activity, not the actual animal itself. Stick with me, and in a little while, we are going to make some trace fossils. The last major type of fossil is a body fossil, also known as a true form fossil. Body fossils are the remains of an entire organism. They show scientists what a plant or animal actually looked like. Examples of body fossils could be an animal skeleton, an animal preserved in tar, ice, or amber are also types of body fossils. Without fossils, we would not know a lot about our Earth's history. The plants and animals that were here before us would all be a mystery. Next time you see a fossil in your classroom or in a museum, Imagine the story it tells about the past. Now that's the passage. Now you have some questions to answer. I'm going to go through the first 3 with you. Then I want you to answer the rest on your own. So you've got 5 on that page, 5 more on that page. So I'm going to go through 1 through 3 with you, then you answer 4 through 10 on your own. How do scientists know extinct animals and plants once existed? Now let's think about what we just read about. Vegetation, organisms, fossils, or seeps. Now seeps doesn't even make sense. That's a verb that means like water is seeping into the dirt and creating mud. So we know that's not the answer. Organisms and vegetation both are living things right now. And we're talking about extinct animals. So the answer is C, fossils. According to the passage, what does the word vegetation mean? Let's look at the sentence. How do paleontologists know that certain deserts used to be bodies of water with lots of trees and other vegetation? With lots of trees and other dry, dusty, with lots of trees and other empty with no life, with lots of trees and other plant life, with lots of trees and other full of salt water. Think about it. Which one makes the most sense? Plant life. Vegetation means plant life, like trees. Can a fossil tell us how long ago an organism lived? Explain. Now this is a short answer. This is where you need to write a full sentence, starting with a capital letter and ending with punctuation, a period. Let's go back up and see. How do scientists know that dinosaurs once roamed the earth? That was a long time ago. They use fossils. Fossils tell unique stories. They show us if an animal had wings or fins. They tell us how long ago an organism lived based on how deep it is buried in the Earth's crust. If fossils did not exist, then we would not know about the plants and animals that came before us. Look back at those sentences. Where does it tell you how you find out how long ago an animal lived based on its fossil? If I have a fossil right here, what am I going to look for to figure out how long ago this animal lived? That's right, based on how deep it is buried in the Earth's crust. So now let's go back here. Can a fossil tell us how long ago an organism lived? I would write yes. Put a comma. Paleontologists can find out how long ago an organism lived based on how deep the fossil is buried. Period. And remember to start your sentence with a capital letter. Now those are our answers to questions 1, 2, and 3. I want you to do the rest on your own at home and turn it back into us at school. If you need anything, please reach out to me. Please reach out to your teacher. Comment below. Know that we are here and we love you. Bye, Hardy 4th grade. Stick around so you can make some trace fossils with me next.